Today we're being joined by one of the newest Collingwood VFLW star recruits, Mel Freeman. Mel, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
No worries, any time. Tell us a bit about yourself. What got you into footy and what type of player you are?
Well, what got me into footy? So I came from a netball background. I was a bit sick of netball, lost my passion a little bit for the game, so I decided, why not to take up footy instead. So I started my journey in 2021, started playing at Spotswood in the WRFL, and then luckily next year picked up by the Bulldogs for the VFL, spent 2 seasons there, and now I'm at Collingwood, which is exciting. And the type of player I am, that's a very good question. Look, I like to say I'm tough at it on the ball. Got a lot of strength behind me, aerially as well. Quite good in the air and athletic, I suppose. So, yeah, I think there's a couple of things that will sum me up. So, yeah.
That's good. So, obviously, transitioning from the Bulldogs to the Pies, what kind of prompted that move to move on from the Pies from the Bulldogs?
Last year I had a pretty significant injury. So I ruptured my MCL in my elbow, had surgery in the first half of the year, came back in the second half. Lost a bit of confidence, and only played 5 games last year. And I felt like I was a bit stagnant there and I needed to change. So I thought, might as well look elsewhere and see how I go. So luckily enough, I landed at the Pies, which I barracked for my whole entire life. So it's very exciting stuff. So yeah.
That's good. How did the opportunity from the Pies come about? How did they come up to you? How did that opportunity come about? Because once you had that first form of interaction, was it really obvious that the Pies were the club you wanted to go to, partially because you barracked for them and everything else?
Yeah, so I went down to the last pre-season training that they had last year, and then was asked to come back for this year for the pre-season. And yeah, I fell in love. Everything that they stand for, I stand for as well. We share the same morals and values, so it's a really good place to be at the moment.
That's good. So just backtracking for a second at the Bulldogs, obviously you mentioned playing local footy. So how, for people that might not know, how do you get approached from playing local to a VFLW club? Because obviously it's a big jump. So how did you get approached from that point?
Well, I actually so Bulldogs had an expression of interest of who would want to play VFLW. So I actually filled out that form, submitted a video of general skills like aerial marking, kicking, handballing, just all the general skills. Yeah. And then went to their trial day, and that was, I think it was about 2 or 3 hours worth. And then from there, invited to pre-season, and then a couple of weeks in, was lucky enough to get a contract. So, I mean, there's lots of different ways of how you can get picked up, but that's just how I got picked up.
That's good. So obviously now at the Pies, obviously got the Southern Saints this week on Friday night at RSEA Park at Saints home training ground. How cool is it to play on a ground that's well known as well, and just kickstart the season off as well?
Sorry, it just cut out for me. Say that again.
That's all right. So obviously playing the Southern Saints this week at RSEA Park to open round 1. How cool is it to play at a ground like RSEA that's obviously well known and to kickstart your season off? It would be even better for you girls if you can pop off a win away from home.
Yeah, I think we're very lucky to play on that ground. I've personally never played on that ground, but I've been there. I've seen it. It's a bit smaller than the other ground, so I think that'll be beneficial for the women's game in general. And I think we can give it a crack, to be honest, on Friday night. It'll be definitely a really good contest, so we'll wait and see what happens.
So that's good. So obviously at the Pies, obviously along with yourself and many others, they've had a lot of change coming in and out of the club from players' point of view, obviously going to other clubs, and yourself and of others joining the club. How's the chemistry been? Obviously, sometimes it'll take a little while to blend in. How do you feel you have all gelled together? Do you feel that's at the level where you can expect results go your way?
Yeah, well, like you said, there was a lot of movement in Collingwood from last year to this year. There was only one remaining player from last year's squad that's here with us this year. And you know what? Obviously, there's going to be a couple of challenges along the way, but I really don't think it's going to be a hindrance too much. We spent a lot of time together. We've had our preseason camp, and we get along really well as a group. Cash, our head coach, really instills the value of family, and we are a family, and we are tight knit. And yeah, we all get along perfectly, in my opinion. So I don't think it'd be too much or too many dramas. Let's put it that way.
That's good. So obviously only being 23 years old, Mel. So is football, as you mentioned, got in a bit later. So something you've always wanted to get into, and is AFLW something you ever would love to hopefully get into one day?
Yeah, well, ever since I was young, I've always wanted to play footy, but I didn't want to play with the boys, let's be honest. I really wanted to play with girls, and obviously that opportunity wasn't there when I was younger. So now that the opportunity is here, it's amazing, especially for the up-and-coming girls who strive to play VFLW or AFLW. In terms of AFLW, I just want to see where I can go. I don't want to put the pressure on myself. Obviously, it'd be amazing to make AFLW, but I just want to focus on myself and where I'm at now. And then if the future has that in store for me, well, amazing. But if not, then that's okay too.
That's fair. So you mentioned obviously training at the Collingwood men's and women's home ground. So would you be able to have that form of interaction with some of the girls in particular that play at AFLW, or have any come down to training, kind of given some advice, or even just trained with you for a little bit?
Yeah, they have. We have a couple of girls that come down and train with us, and they're really good because obviously I wouldn't say there's that much of a difference between VFLW and AFLW, but obviously there is a bit of a gap, and it's good to get insight on, what they do, and kind of mimic, their gameplay, what they're all about, etc. So it's a good eye opener into that next level.
That's good. Have you got any? Obviously, brand new to the side like everyone else is, but have you got any favourite teammates of the club?
Oh, favourite teammates. Look, I love them all. Love Rama though. She's an absolute go-getter. I love what she does on the field. Who else is there? I love Nikki as well. She's new to the VFLW program, and she's a really good person to be around. But yeah, I don't know. Putting me on the spot now. But no, you know what? I just genuinely love everyone. Like, I couldn't say one bad word about any of our teammates.
That's fair enough. I might have another throw of thumbs at that type of question, but is there any coaches' pets at the club? Obviously, you mentioned Cash being the coach. Is there any coaches' pets?
Coaches' pets? Coaches' pets? Not really. Not yet, I don't think. I think we'll find that out, as the season goes on. But yeah, stay tuned for that one.
We'll have a better answer. Maybe 4, 5, 6 weeks in. So that's a good one. All right. So what do you? Oh, so you said you haven't been in footy for that long. Did you ever have any individual success from an awards point of view, or any premierships throughout any of the time at the clubs you've been a part of?
Yeah. Last year I was a part of the Spotswood Premiership in the WRFL, so that was pretty special. We had a really successful home and away season. I joined the team again in the back half of that season. So I played about 10 games, including finals with them. And then, we ended up winning by 1 point. And with a minute and a half to go, it was our D50. So it was a very intense time, but it was, a memory that I will cherish forever. So but yeah, that's about it, really. My career in footy has been really, really small. So
yeah.
So
well, in that short time to have a premiership, Mel, as you know, so many people could be in football for, any level for 15, 20 years and not experience any individual or team success. And to have it in a short time must make it feel more special. And for anyone, you can't take it for granted either.
No, not at all. And at Spotswood, well, we're no longer there anymore. We've moved on to another club. But we are again, we are a family. We look after each other. We love each other. And I think that bond is very special to have on a football field as well as off a football field. And I think that really drove our success. And I'm very, very proud to be in that local team. And some of those girls are my best friends that I've, known only for, 3 or 4 years. And it's really, really special what we have.
That's good. Now, there's always, I'll be shocked if you don't think of anyone here, but who loves the limelight, the attention, the camera at the Pies VFLW side, and they can't get enough of it? Because normally there's always at least one, if not heaps.
Casey Lennox, I tell you what, she is always in front of that camera posing around. So don't be surprised if you see her face popping up every now and then.
I have actually recently, yes. And I believe she had her Instagram account.
Say no more.
A few others in that spot as well, that's for sure. That I've just seen from online versions as well, let alone in person like you have. So what's some goals, Mel, you set for yourself this year, individually and as a team?
I think individually, just to play consistent footy and be better than what I was, today, which sounds really cliche, but in my eyes, I only want to compare myself to myself, and the only way for me to get better is to keep improving on my own game, not worrying about what's going on around me, but just focus wholeheartedly on myself. In terms of the team, obviously having fun and enjoying it is something that we really want to achieve, but also finals, we want to hunt down all the ladder leaders. And obviously people have written us off and think, you know what, Collingwood, they've lost most of their girls. They're not going to be that great this year. But I think we're going to give it a red hot crack. I wouldn't be surprised if we make finals, to be honest. So yeah, finals is definitely on the cards.
It definitely kickstarts this year as well. And obviously you mentioned, or we mentioned before about playing the Southern Saints round one. I know being a St Kilda person, I've kept an eye on the whole comp, but in particular the Saints girls, and they've had their own fair share of new players as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of change through most clubs, really. It's not like you're the only club, maybe by number, but by quantity, it's not the only club.
Yeah, that's right. There has been a lot of movement. And I think, Darebin is going to be really interesting as well because they've picked up a lot of girls. North Melbourne looking strong as well. So I think a little bit like last year, the comp was pretty even, in my opinion, in my eyes. So I think it'll be the same again. So, the top could be anyone, really.
Sure, yeah. Speaking of Darebin, you might as well rename them to Collingwood something.
Yeah.
A lot of them going, gee, would that be a game, some of you girls, albeit not really played with them, but a game you put on the calendar, go, right, that's the one. They jump ship. We're going to prove them wrong as to why they made the wrong move.
Look, not really. I think we're just focused on us and as a group and where we can go. Not really too worried about everyone else, just focusing on us and see what we can do.
That's fair enough. Nicknames, Mel. Is there any nicknames you get at the club that you like or dislike?
Nicknames. Well, everyone's pretty much, got a shortened name of either their first name or their last name, to be honest. So, trying to think.
Just Mel?
Probably Ram is a good nickname.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, we've got Lenny. Yeah, I don't know, just like general shortened versions of last names, etc. So yeah.
That's fair enough. Any outside of footy interests that you have?
I love motorbike riding, water skiing. What else do I do? I love being around my friends, hanging out with them. I kind of love my netball a little bit and enjoy, going to the beach, walking my dogs, and throwing the frisbee around. So, so yeah, that's pretty much. Not that I have much time for it, but when I do, it's nice.
That's fair enough. Any favourite TV shows or movies?
TV shows. I'm I love The Real Housewives, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's good TV shows. Movies. Not really a movie person, to be honest, but I do like I like a bit of action, like Taken and Fast and Furious and all that. So that's probably what I like the best.
Yeah, I'm not really a movie person either. I mean, yeah, I don't know what it is. I just I'm not a TV show. It depends on the genre too, of course, as well. Like you mentioned, there's action and that. So it all
exactly.
depends. All depends for sure. What's something someone does at the club, Mel, that you can't stand? Whether that's leaving rubbish around, just being flat out annoying, trying to jump scare people. Is there anything like that that comes to mind, or anyone?
No, you know what? Not really. We're pretty like, I don't know. I feel like because we're still getting to know each other and we're still a new group, you know, those things are going to come out later on. But yeah, nothing really comes to mind at the moment.
That's fair enough. Club comedian. Is there a club comedian?
Club comedian. Oh,
Or thinks they're a club comedian? Either can actually be a comedian or who they think they are.
oh my God, you really put him on the spot.
Well, there might be a few.
I actually have no idea. Which is terrible.
All of those type of questions coming soon, so be prepared. All right, so or goal of the year, Mel, which one would you rather do and why?
Sorry, it cut out again. I missed that.
So, mark or goal of the year, which one would you rather do and why?
Oh, I love a good mark. I think goal of the year. I think it's a bit, you know, it's a bit better than a mark. It's more special, you know what I mean? So, and everyone gets around you if you kick a really good goal. So I'd say goal of the year.
Yep, I love it. I love goals in general. Do goal kicking challenge videos, as you know that I do, and I love doing them. And they're all good fun. And love a goal on the boundary too, Mel. If you could best describe the best goal you'd love to ever kick, Mel, where would it be from? If you could add the angle, the distance, the occasion, the moment, be unrealistic as you be as unrealistic as you want. What would it be, and where would it be?
Oh, well, I'd say there's about, 30 seconds to go. We're 5 points down. I've just marked it on the boundary, probably on the hardest angle you could possibly imagine. And it's either do or die, hit the goal, or, lose. And where would I want it to be?
On the pocket?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'd say in the pocket, I reckon. I reckon that'll just be unreal.
That's good. How do you fancy yourself in front of the goals? Would you be someone that'd be more of a set shot person on the run, on the pocket? Are you just flat out think about it, all of them? How do you put yourself in that spot?
You know what? I've never really played up forward, to be honest. So, I mean, this year, different. We might be seeing me up forward more often. And not that I've kicked many. I haven't kicked any goals in the VFL, but back in my local, it's just been on the run, really. So we'll go with that. But I wouldn't mind a set shot, like a big one, about 45 out. That'd be nice. So
that would be very good. All right. So teammates that you've been impressed with, obviously a bunch of new girls at the club. Mel, who are you most impressed by and kind of think they kind of fly under the radar a little bit? And from a public point of view, at least, don't really get talked about as much.
I honestly, you know what? I'd say Nikki Watts. Again, she's new to the program, but I think she's got a lot to offer. She's a bit quiet, and yeah, I think she's one to watch. To be honest,
that's good.
She's a backliner as well. So, and I think she's got a bit of bit of grunt in her on the field. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing her, get more of a spotlight. So, but we'll see what happens.
That's all right. That's good. All right. Some fun facts, Mel, about you that people may not know about you.
Oh, fun facts. It's a great question.
Thank you.
Well, before netball, I used to do calisthenics for 7 years. I actually was lucky enough to go to nationals and represent Victoria in calisthenics. So that's something that people probably don't know. And then in school, I used to play ultimate frisbee. And then I was actually chosen to represent Victoria at nationals for ultimate frisbee, but I couldn't, unfortunately, because I had a previous netball commitment in Queensland.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else? What else do people know about me? I don't know. I think I'm pretty open book, you know. Most people know a lot about me. So yeah, I think that's it for now.
I'm going to try and get something out of you that you think that people may or may not know. Okay. Hidden talents.
Hidden talents. Oh.
This could be one.
What am I good at? You know what? It's everything in my life is very sport related. It's not very anything out of the norm. Oh, you know what? I actually rate myself in the kitchen. I'm not gonna lie. I think I make a pretty good Toblerone cheesecake. So we'll keep it at that. But any desserts or cakes or anything, I used to grow up when I was growing up with my my nan. We always used to make cakes, biscuits, any sweet treat or anything like that. So yeah, I'd say my hidden talent is that I can actually cook.
Do you cook for yourself? Do you cook for other people? How's I go about? Do you make it? Do you be one to be satisfied of your work and then not share?
Well, you know what? I've actually whenever my friends come over or we're going somewhere, I actually cook my friends lunch. So because I'm vegetarian, I don't eat meat. And all my friends are eat eaters. So I, put in a fake chicken schnitzel in the wrap and they go, "Oh, this chicken schnitzel's amazing. This is so good." And they didn't even know that it was fake. So so now whenever they come over to my house, they turn into a plant for a day. So yeah, but no, I do like to cook. Even for my family as well. Whenever we have people over, I do like to cook, even if it's meat or whatever. I'll do anything. So I'll share the love.
Yeah, that's very good. Good to hear, Mel. And well, now that you said that about the plant with the fake chicken schnitzel, hopefully your friends don't hear that.
Well, you know what? They already know. So and they're just like, whatever, we'll eat it. So it's good.
Now, I'm going to try and break you here with a hidden talent. And it's something I've heard a few people say recently. So I'm going to try and see if I can make you crack here with this. Are you one of those people that secretly, at least, sings on their own? Like sings in the shower, sings they're alone?
Absolutely, I am. Absolutely. But I'm not going to sing in front of other people because that's embarrassing. That's shame job. But I'll sing in the shower. I'll sing in the car. I'm probably going to go deaf at a very early age because I love to blast my music.
Okay. Yeah. That's good and interesting. All right. So, defenders, Mel, I feel like they deserve a bit more love than what they probably get. Obviously, the forwards got the Coleman, the Brownlows centred towards mids and rucks. Honestly, anyone that says from the AFLW level at least that the Brownlows not related to mids, they're lying, and the same with Coleman. So, do the defenders from an AFLW level need their own official title as well?
I think they do. They are very, I wouldn't say underrated, but I think they're very forgotten.
Yes.
Because you know what? Most of the time, they're there turning over the ball. Play starts from the back line, and then the mids and the forwards get the cake. But where did that start? Most of the time, you're not going to get a goal from a stoppage, from a centre bounce. You know what I mean? It's always going to be back and forth, back and forth. A defender will come in, turnover, bang, goal. So I think they do. I really do.
That's good. Now, this is the part of the interview, Mel, where teammates' hearts get broken and people may love you more and more. Best chatterbox at the club?
Oh, definitely Maze. I love her a bit. She just, yeah, she's a really good, she's got a really good interpersonal skills, people person. I could listen to her all day. I love talking to her.
That's good. If you were stuck on a deserted island with teammates, who would you be bringing and not bringing? And is there any particular reason why?
Who would I bring? How many do I get to choose?
As many as you like. It can be 1, it could be 10, it could be the whole team, it could be no one.
Sorry, it cut out again. What did you say?
Bring in as many as you want. It could be 1 person, it could be 10, it could be the whole team, it could be no one.
Oh. You know what? I'd actually bring my whole team. I'm not gonna lie. I would not leave out anyone because I love my whole entire team so much. So I'd say I'd bring everyone along with me.
That's fair enough. Now you hinted at this question a bit earlier. Loudest and quietest team.
Loudest and quietest. Loudest. Oh, Meg Ryan. She is loud, but a good loud. You know what I mean? She's not irritating. She's really good to be around. Quietest. I'd say Franny. She doesn't say much, but she's a really good person. But keeps to herself. So yeah, they'd be my 2.
That's fair enough. Interesting. Most prized possessions that you own, Mel?
Most prized possessions. Can I say my dogs? Because I just love them so much. I've got 2 Samoyeds, and they mean everything to me. So they would be my 2 prized possessions that I love the most.
That's good. Dogs are good. They're better than cats.
They are.
In all different ways. Absolutely, they are. Now, I don't know why, Mel, but for some reason, people always get so debatable about these food questions. Now, I've only ever had 7 out of maybe 50 odd people that I've asked this, Mel, and I want to see if you can add yourself to the list of 7. That'd be good. See if you agree with me on all of these. Right. 1. Now, I'm just going to pre-warn this one. No one has ever, of the 50 odd people that have done this one, have never said different to me here. And let's just hope that stays that way. Chicken palmy. Is it a palmy or is it something else?
It is a parma.
Oh, flip. There it is. We've got one. Okay. Now, Mel, this is not personal. I'm not going to make this personal because I've been telling people it's public knowledge. I said for the first person that says the illogical and wrong answer, I'll ask you. Now, you just happen to be the first, Mel. So why is it something that it's not?
Well, why is it parmy? That's my question. I just doesn't make sense to me.
Let me talk to you.
Victoria. Yeah.
Let me. Yeah, and they're basic. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna put the question to you. Spell out the word Parmigiana, please.
I know. I know it doesn't have Parma in it.
That's one reason.
But it just makes sense. It's Parma.
And the other reason is it's because it's pronounced Parmigiana. But anyway, I just wanted to see the reaction of the first person, Mel. Unfortunately, you won't get them all right. But let's hope you keep the better Trinko. And let's go to the second one. That one's a bit more personal, but the other one's not so much. All right. Second one. Tomato sauce, cupboard or fridge?
Cupboard.
Good. Whew. All right, 1 for 2. All right. Pineapple on a pizza.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, no. Okay, now I'm going to show up that, believe it or not, Mel, no one's ever disagreed with more than 2 questions, and you've already disagreed with 2 out of 3. There's about 3 more of these ones to go. So, all right. Oh, dear. No, we're still all good. All right, next one.
Cool.
Yes. Favorite food?
Favorite food? Like meal or snack or?
Raw, yeah.
At the moment, I'm obsessed with the pokey, whoever wants to say which one. So it's rice, and then I've got my fake burgers, and then I've got Kewpie mayo. I love Kewpie mayo, which is not really healthy for you, but it tastes good. Cucumber, beetroot, carrot, red onion, avocado, sometimes pineapple. I think that's it, to be honest. Yeah, that's my favourite go-to at the moment, but subject to change. And then my snack would probably be a mango. I love mango. I wish they were in season all year round.
It's fair enough. You started really well there, Mel, with the ingredients you mentioned. Then you started mentioning pineapple again and beetroot. So I'm going to give you half a mark because you said it's half good.
All right.
All right, that's 2.5 out of 4 so far. All right, 2 more on that side. Foods you don't like, and I don't know where your answer is here based off, you said being vegan.
Yeah, I don't eat it, like just for health reasons. That's all. But foods that I don't like, what don't I like? Oh, I really don't like eggplant. I hate the texture. I think it's just a really weird taste. It's pretty much flavourless in my opinion. Bit random, but I can't stand eggplant. Or even sun-dried tomatoes. I think they're disgusting.
Yeah.
I can't deal.
You know what, Mel? I'm not surprised you said eggplant. If you had told me this a month or two ago, I would have. But I've heard about 4 or 5 people eat eggplant now. I don't know where it came from. I thought it was random, like you mentioned, but this one. So I'll accept that. It's 3 point, whatever we're out of 5. Favorite takeaway place.
I love Sushi Gyro. It's a like a sushi train in the city. Well, there's a couple of places in Melbourne Central. It's not really a takeaway, but it's I go there a lot. Let's put it that way, and it's really, really good. So that's probably my favourite at the moment.
That's fair enough. 3.5 out of 6, I think you got. Interesting. That's okay. Right. Well, outside of that, but that's okay, Mel. We can't always be the same. It's just you just had to go first. Look, we're all good. We're all good. It's
good.
That's all good. Right. Favorite music.
Favorite music. I honestly love every genre of music. It just depends what mood I'm in. There's sometimes I'll go through, at the moment, I'm a bit of in my electronic techno phase, but I love everything. I love the 70s, the 80s. I love R&B. I love country music.
Yeah.
I love it all. But I probably don't like sad songs because to me they're just so boring.
That's fair enough.
Probably it. So, but
now,
I'm listening to lots of friends.
Nice, that's good. So I have to bring up Taylor Swift because it seems to be the talk of the town every freaking time, especially in the last month or so, Mel. Are you a Taylor Swift fan, first of all?
What was that? Sorry, cut out again. Sorry, my internet is terrible.
Mine's not great either. Are you a Taylor Swift fan?
Oh, yes and no. I wouldn't say that I'm a major Swiftie, but I do like her music. Let's put it that way.
Good. Well, I mean, I don't dislike her. I love her or anything like that. But one thing I will say on Taylor Swift is I accidentally, recently on one of my videos with a few other people in it, I told them hypothetically, I'll insert a fake name and say, John, mate, just shake it off. Now, I didn't intentionally say that, Taylor Swift reference, but I knew that's what it meant because I said it. But, it's a normal reaction, right? They got angry because they hate Taylor Swift. So, obviously, that pissed them off.
Really?
First, I'm off, and then because they don't like her, they think I intentionally referenced her, which I didn't, and they got worked up over and over again. So now I use that to anyone that like Taylor Swift, and they get pissed off about it. And the other reference I use is, gee, John, all you got to do is hate. And they...
Oh, so are you trying to tell me something that you have a secret obsession with T Swift or what?
Well, Mel, let's just say I'm warming more to her than what I did a month or two ago before those concerts were a thing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go to a concert?
No, I didn't. But it's funny the way I've been speaking. You would have thought I did, but no, I didn't. Did you?
No, I didn't. No,
Huh?
I got a bit of FOMO though, looking at all the videos. But I mean,
Yes.
next time.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm sure there will be a next time. Now, jumper number, Mel. At the Pies, you got jumper number 26. Is that correct in saying? Was there any meaning behind that?
No, I'm actually number 45.
45. I don't know why. Don't forget about me. I'm blind. Okay. I know. You know why I saw it. I saw the trio photo, and I went with the one next to it. My apologies. 45. Tell us a bit about.
45.
I feel like a clown now. Yeah, 45.
No, you're so fine. All good. Yes.
Bad.
It's actually a funny story of how that came about. So I was away in Barwon Heads over the long weekend in January, and I was sitting with one of my friends, and then my team manager Norm called me and goes, "Oh, what jumper number do you want?" Anyway, so he sent me a list, and then my friend goes, "Oh, pick 45," and I didn't really know which number to pick at the time. So I was like, all right, let's just go with 45 because it was the lowest on the sheet. So we went with that. So that's how 45 came about.
It's interesting because I don't know why, Mel, but a lot of people have fascinations over single-digit jumper numbers between 1 and 9 in particular. I don't understand the appeal side of maybe the best AFL and AFLW players wear it, and maybe because of the look of the numbers. Some people will say maybe that's because double-digit numbers are so wide. They just want it closed in and zoomed in a bit more. I can't. Outside of that, I don't know. It's a bit confusing.
No, me neither. You know what? I like the double-digit numbers. Like my ideal number is number 30 because I've played with that. That was my first ever number, so I've played with that for the last couple of years in my local. So yeah. So maybe one day I'll get number 30, but I'll wait. I'll be patient.
Have you tried to slip by number 30 locker at the Pies girls' side and tell the person who has that number, say, "Gee, come on, give it up"?
No way. Absolutely not. I would not have the balls to do that.
Fair enough. Now, day superstitions. Mel, do you have any?
Oh, where do I begin?
I've got the time one.
Oh, okay. So it pretty much starts pretty much now. All right. So 3 days before a game, I will wash my hair, straighten my hair, I'll shave my legs as well. And then Thursday night and Friday night, because my hair is really thick and frizzy, and then when it's straightened, I don't like how my bun sits when I wear my game day bun. So I make sure I have it out on Thursday night and Friday night when I'm sleeping, so that it becomes like a little bit messy, but not too messy. Like it's still nice and straight on the top.
Yeah.
And then the day before, I have to be at home, just relaxing, doing like normal things that I do, like watch some TV, talk to my family, all that sort of thing. Go to bed at a reasonable hour. Then the next day, game day, I do not go on my phone. I don't care what time it is. If it's 7 o'clock at night, if it's 10 o'clock in the morning, I will not go on my phone. No social media, no nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty hectic. And I'll make sure if I'm playing in the morning, I'll have a smoothie beforehand when I'm driving to the game.
Yeah.
If it's a later game, I'll just eat like what I usually eat on a training night, but I'll make sure I have the smoothie prior to the game. What else do I do? I get my right ankle tape before my left ankle. I put on my right sock before my left sock, my right shoe before my left shoe. Yeah, and I wear the same like undies, sports bra to every game. So yeah, and if I don't have my scrunchie in my hair, well, yeah, my whole game goes out the window, pretty much. So,
A lot of those.
that's Yeah,
It's a
what
nice.
was
I was gonna say it's a nice listen. Look, not a lot of them aren't uncommon though. Like I've heard people mention, maybe not once, but they've mentioned those things that you mentioned. So it's not, totally uncommon. Maybe for a bunch of things at once. But I love the honesty here, Mel. I mean, some people don't like opening up with some things about that or anything that's a bit of fun. It's good to hear. Good.
Yeah, it's a lot. So I've rambled on a little bit, but yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell with my superstitions.
That's fair enough. Now, quirks. Is there any quirks, Mel? Some people would say that you have that you wouldn't necessarily like to admit.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm very hopeless at these types of questions. I feel like if you ask my friends, they would tell you what, random weirdness I do. But I honestly, personally, I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head. So, but yeah, I'll have to ask my friends next.
No worries. I was going to say, is there any that you remember that they say?
Not really. I think I apparently lick my lips a lot. And that's one of the things that they say. When we're on a FaceTime, apparently I'm always licking my lips. So or I jump to and from conversations. Like I'll start talking about something and then I'll think of something else and I'll jump to that and I go, oh, but what happened to this story? And it's just a bit of a yeah.
That's fair enough. I'll wrap up.
Really.
That's fair. Wrap up with a few minutes. I know you got something to do, so I appreciate you coming on. Celebrity crush.
Oh, there's too many. Who's my favorite? I love Jacob Elordi. I think he's very, very attractive. Who else is there? Theo James as well. Oh, he's something else. So, but I'd probably say Jacob Elordi is probably my favorite at the moment.
His name be mentioned a fair few times from anyone, whether they're from Vic, WA, SA, Queensland. It seems to be an answer I've heard a fair few times, more than a couple times now. So interesting. Now, Mel, last ones I do appreciate you coming on. It's been a pleasure having you on. If you were the VFLW/AFLW CEO for a day, or AFL, what rule would you love to add and or remove?
I'd love to get rid of the lasso rule. I really, really would. It just annoys me. But I understand why they do it, but it just annoys me. In terms of adding, maybe one day as the game keeps progressing and evolving, I'd like to see longer quarters. That would be something that I'd like to see.
Absolutely. That's a good answer, Mel. It's been a pleasure having you on. All the best this week against my Saints. Southern Saints, same kind of thing. So we'll see how you go this week, and pleasure having you on, and I'm sure we'll chat again later on in the year or at some point, and we'll find out some of those answers that are unknown right now about all those teammates.
We will. For sure. All right. Thanks, Cooper. Take care.
Bye. Have a good one.